Hello and welcome to the Voodoo free video for Friday, August 23rd. This is David, and I want to walk you through a trade we got into here today live in the Voodoo Mastery Room, buying some ES futures about 8 points off the low of the day. So this is a great example of how to be prepared to act when everything looks really perfect with respect to the voodoo lines, Fibonacci levels, Elliott wave, and using it in conjunction with each other, right? We never know when a pattern is going to just completely come together, so we want to be ready when it does. So the main thing to recognize is that we were already wanting to be bullish. We saw that this move down from the July high to the August low looked like a counter trend move. We saw that this move up from the August low is looking trend-like and still incomplete. So we want to use every sort of counter trend pullback that we can in order to add exposure to the upside. That's why last night, after this pullback from yesterday's high to yesterday's low, we talked about wanting to be long overnight, and that worked out because we gapped up. But we got a second beautiful chance here today, because after today's gap up made it look like we were resuming the upside after a complete counter trend pullback into yesterday's low. And we can see that simply because everything down into yesterday's low looked like a counter trend move. We had a sharp move up from yesterday's low to today's high. And while the gap in today's action and the sloppy action are really just lack of too many wiggles to see the structure inside of the additional follow through surrounding Powell's speech made it hard to fully gauge whether this is a trend move. It was consistent with one, and so we knew that would be confirmed if the pullback from today's high had a clear three-wave corrective structure. So digging into that in a little more detail, we can see that that the first leg down from today's high looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. Even if the 4 and 5 ended up being a little bit muted, this third wave down is 161.8% of wave one, making this look trend-like, letting us know that even though we were predisposed to the upside, which means we wouldn't object if the move continued directly up, that in order to find more of an opportunity to get back in, we needed to see another leg down. And after what ended looking also like a counter trend bounce, we started to see that additional leg down, right? Elliott wave tells us that counter trend moves are A, B, C, three-wave moves. And inside of these ABC three-wave moves, because the whole counter trend move is heading to the downside, the A wave and the C wave, the two legs that are also pointed to the downside, should have a five-wave structure inside of them. So we saw that in through here. And so we were looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside in order to get back in. And we had our ideal levels for that to happen at, right? We had, we could measure the retracement relative to the move up from yesterday's low to today's high. That came in at 55.91, just a few points below this voodoo skyline, which was also a reasonable target. And then after we had this move down and move up, we could measure where the subsequent leg down would be equal in size to the first leg. Now, there's nothing that says that a retracement has to go exactly to 61.8%, just like there's nothing that says that the two legs of a correction need to be exactly equal, but they would be equal at roughly the same spot as that 61.8% retracement and this leg down. And so with our target levels identified, we're looking for anything into this area. And look, we couldn't know for sure that this wasn't a completed 5-wave move earlier down here. And so that's where kind of after seeing a small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this leg down, I tried an initial long, breaking out above here, taking profit on half, stopping myself on the other when it came back down. So, you know, I made a few pennies, but it didn't really work out. And we just tried again because while we came a little bit lower, below our ideal targets, still near the spot that we were looking for, just a few points below. And then we recovered all of these levels in here. So once again, I just rested a stop. You know, I work off of this cash S&P chart, but take the trades in the futures. So I just identified this swing high in the futures. We came back above it. That triggered my my buy stop for entry, buying about 8 points, eight points and a few ticks above the low of the day, having a taking partial profits on half to pay for my risk in here, and then putting some stops below this little swing low, so that once again, if it comes back down, I'm protected, and that gives me the flexibility to hold for what I expected to be a turn back up. So when we see exactly what we're expecting, trend moves in the direction we want to see it, counter trend moves against it, and then starting to turn, especially from near measured levels, that's an ideal way to jump into a trade. Now, I did scale out a little bit more late in the day, right around here. So we did print a little bit higher, but I want to keep a portion of this because I do expect that we're going to make new all-time highs before too long, taking out this morning's high, which we stayed just a little below, and then eventually as well taking out the high from July. We'll talk in the premium video about how far up we might go, but I love using action like we had on days like today to get positioned, lock up some profit intraday, so I know it's there no matter what, and then try and run the rest for bigger moves, because swing profits in futures can really add up. So hope you found that useful, and I will see you at the next update.
Hey, David here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. I hope you found it useful. And if you did, please help us out. Click the like button. You can also add your comments below. We love to read those and respond to them. You can also click the bell icon. That will alert you whenever we have new and updated videos. And if you want to watch us trade in real time with our own money, you can visit simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. Until I see you again, as always, good trading, and we'll see you at the next video.